What's going on, guys? Michigan Storm Chasers here. We're going to cover a hot topic as we head into the spring and summer, and that is how many tornadoes we could see here in the state of Michigan in 2023. Now, we're going to look at one thing, or a couple things in particular, but one thing we want to point to as the main culprit for our climate here at any given time is what we call the Enzo phase. Now, the Enzo phase is consistent of three different areas: La Nina, El Nino, and then neutral. So what that means is there's an area in the Pacific Ocean we watch for the water temperatures. When it's a La Nina, they're cooler than average. El Nino, warmer than average. And then neutral is neither too cool or too warm to impact the environment around us. So right now we're coming out of a La Nina for the past 3 years. It's usually a 3-year cycle or so. The past 3 years have been La Nina. We're heading into an El Nino, but between those two, we have a neutral state. So we have a neutral Enzo phase. So what we're going to take a peek at right here at the screen, and then also a bit later in the video here, it'll be a quick video, but we're going to look at the precip outlook and then also historical years that there have been tornadoes in Michigan during the neutral phase. So the first thing I want to show you here is the precipitation outlook from the CPC, or Climate Prediction Center. We currently have above average as our bullseye at Michigan, Ohio, Indiana there. So what that means basically is they think there's over a 50% chance we could see more precip than average in these areas between March, April, and May. So that's our spring severe weather starting to ramp up there in mid to late April and into May. And then also on the flip side of this, the temperature outlook also is warmer than average for the majority of Michigan, but it's not as high as a chance. So they're not as confident in that as well. But we're going to take a peek at two more things here, and that is the Enzo phase neutral years that Michigan had above average tornadoes. Now, the average annual tornado count in Michigan per year is 16 to 18. I want to say it's 18. So that's the going average. So La Nina years usually average between 10 and 12. El Nino about 14 to 16, I want to say. And then the neutral is, well, let's go ahead and say it's either very above, or it's a lot above, or sorry, I say it's higher than average, or it's lower than average. There's not too many years that I found in neutral phases that we're right around the 18 mark. So the first 2 years I want to cover, 1981, 1982 combined were both neutral years, 27 combined in both years. So about 13 or so per year. 1984, we jumped to 25 in one single year. 1990, 23, 91, 31. The most notable is 2001. We were in a neutrals Enzo, and that had 42 tornadoes. Then the last one of note would be 2004. We had 24 tornadoes. So on the flip side of that, there's a couple years that I saw, one year that had 3 tornadoes and one year that had like 7. But the more I've seen more years in the neutrals Enzo that had more tornadoes than average than I did neutral years with less than average tornadoes. One more slide I want to show you. Our buddy Kyle Gillett, he's from Michigan. He made a graph. I'll go ahead and pull it up here. So Kyle is a historical data I'm not going to call him a nerd, but he's a freak at this. He's really good at what he does. So he made this graph here. He went back in between 1950 to 2021, and he found that there are 33 years. He basically took the 33-year average, and he found out that in those 33 years, 10 of those years had neutral Enzos, when they had 10 of those years with above average tornadoes, followed by the weak El Nino, as you see in the far left in red there. We're going to be transitioning to a weak El Nino as the summer goes on. So the two most notable Enzo phases with more tornado activity are what we are coming into in 2023. As a result, we think that this year is going to be above average in Michigan. So let me know what you guys think, and let me know if you like the video. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. See you guys in the next one.